Hi, everyone. How are you doing today?
Hope everybody's ready for a good laugh.
Ready to rock Friday night, everybody.
Look at me, I'm mutant like a champ.
Look at me, I'm Jack Double.
Guys, I hope you brought your own improv today.
Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for coming here today. I am so excited to see everyone out there. See everyone on our Zoom channel. Like, this is awesome. Like, it's so cool to see you guys. This is so cool. So I want to also thank everyone who's going to be watching this on YouTube and Facebook, because that helps us get you chuckles delivered straight to your brain noggin. And if you want to help other people get chuckles delivered straight to their brain noggin, we would love for you to like and share. Now, I'm just going to remind you that we are pay what you wish, and we start at if you have the money to pay for a ticket, we'd love for you to pay what you wish. We're out here, we're doing this, we're having fun, and tickets start at $10. You can check out on the chat our Venmo or our PayPal account, and we appreciate any consideration you have with that. Speaking of where we just saw those accounts, let's check out our chat feature. Now, in Zoom, everyone knows that there's other ways to communicate, not just via facial expressions or something like that. It's also through the chat. So let's have I need a question. So I'm going to ask a question. What is your favorite type of carb? Write that down in the chat. Share that with me. Do you like quinoa or quinoa, as it's called? Are you a fan of pasta? Do you like cookies? You know, things that have some carbs in them. What, potatoes? Oh, lasagna. Love pasta. Instead of I don't know what love pasta is, but it sounds like it's a very good carb. Cake. Ooh, yeah, cake works. Yo, these are some sweet carbs, and everyone is showing me they know how to use the chat feature. So my name is Tim. I'm with BYOI, and we're going to start off with the rest of our cast. We have Mallory.
Any carb is a good carb.
We have Ian.
Even a carburetor will do, but don't eat it too fast.
We have Jared.
Want you to know, if you have Chuckle Prime, we can deliver chuckles to you with no delivery fee and same-day service.
Holy cow. And next is Jonathan.
And if you do not have that, we actually can get it to you via Grubhub, but there will be a small fee and barbecue sauce.
Holy cow. Next, we have Audrey.
And that's why you should follow me on Twitter.
And I want to thank Daniel for being on the door tonight. Without our friends who can help run this, it's tough to be able for us to do this. Now that we've moved past that, I want to make sure that you also know about your exits and bathrooms and stuff. Please don't, bring us to the bathroom. Make sure you know where your exits are. But let's start off with now that we finished all of the housekeeping. Let's bring out our fam cup. Daniel, do we have the fam cup today?
I believe we do. I think it's called what is that again?
The Dr. Cool cup.
But
if
Jared had my back.
I got you, buddy.
Thank you, Jared. All right, so we've got some names in here. Familiar with many of these names, but that's all right. Let's see. They're all our good friends. And I have a Sarah.
Sarah.
Look at Sarah. She's at her early show today.
Dun, 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 dun.
There is a Sarah. And I will get out of the way.
All right, let's leave it to Mallory and Ian.
Nope.
Ha! I win! I don't know how I won, but I won. Hi, Sarah. Just
What's
gonna
going on?
And you kicked me out, Ian? Wow, I'm upset. Thank you. Hi, Sarah.
You think ad would just make things grow and grow, but not so much.
All right. So, Sarah, I have a very important question in my head. 100 years from now, we can talk to animals. What would we talk about?
like, sharing our space.
Sharing personal space. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, we love them, but gotta have time alone, right?
All right, certainly. So Sarah, this is a little bit early in the day for you, earlier than you sometimes dress. What is the earliest in the day that you would attend a BYOI show if we had one?
I don't know. Honestly, like my cutoff, the earliest I will get up is actually 3:45 a.m. Which is 6:45
So-
for you guys.
So you could come to a 4 a.m. show if we had one.
Yeah,
12
which
hours
is 7
earlier?
7 a.m.
All
for you.
right.
So bad.
All
But
right.
yes, I would do that.
All
So
right.
if you came to see us at an early show, what would you be giving up in your day to do that?
I guess time scrolling social media.
Social media, first thing out of bed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean out of bed? It's like very much in my bed.
There you go.
Once you get like under all the cozy covers, you can just scroll for hours. So what's
That's
your
that's all you
your-
need.
prime social media? Like you get up in the morning, you're still in bed, you grab your phone. What social media app are you opening first and why?
I mean, like, I honestly just have them like in the order that they're in the folder, and like I literally check them in that order.
What is
Would
the
be-
order? The prime order for social media scrolling.
Which would be Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Tumblr, Discord, and YouTube. That's just like visual memory. That yes, that is the order in that folder.
That's a good order.
Yeah.
And well programmed. Well, as you know, Sarah, this would not be an interview if we didn't talk about food at some point, and now's that point. So take your pick. Favorite dessert or favorite breakfast?
Favorite dessert. I like Sundays. It's fun to do new things with them.
What fun things do you do with Sundays?
I like putting cookies in them.
All right.
All right, very important question. What kind of cookies? Are we talking like chocolate chip, Oreo, any kind of cookie?
I don't know. I miss Oreos, but about a month ago I got Girl Scout cookies, and I put like the last sleeve of them in the sundae, and those were amazing.
Ooh. All right, and now we're sticking on food, and especially because you mentioned Girl Scout cookies. What kind of Girl Scout cookies? It's a very important question.
Yeah, they were the ones I guess no longer called tagalongs.
Well, they are. It just depends which part of the country you're buying them in.
Okay. Well,
Two different
here
bakers.
they are,
The more
whatever.
you know.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
And they're very, very, very good for Sundays.
All right, Sarah. I don't think we've asked you yet. If you could travel anywhere, cost is no object, spend a wonderful trip, where would you go?
I don't know, someplace fairly warm.
You're already in someplace fairly warm, so where would be warmer?
And I don't know, like Hawaii's probably warmer.
Hawaii, okay. And what would draw you there other than the warmth?
But it's nice.
Just being out on the beach?
Yeah, generally a nice vibe to it.
Okay, the Hawaii vibe.
All right.
So, hi, my name's Jonathan. I'll be doing the next game for you. Just gonna
I'm
try
on
and figure out
mute.
how to do this mute, and then we'll go from there. So, yeah, things are going great.
It's been a long day, tiny humans. So, Sarah, you're going to help us out with the first game. The first game is actually a game that we call Catchphrase. And you know what? We've been talking a lot, and you've answered a lot of questions, but you haven't asked any questions. And right now, we're going to play this game. And in this game, Tim and Mallory are only going to be able to each say one question and one answer. Ian going to be able to say whatever he wants. So, you know, we should probably bring them in here. So, Tim, Mallory, Ian, why don't you come on in here and don't make my social faux pas and leave yourself muted. But Sarah, I need to find out what they're going to say. So, Sarah, I need a really good question. But you know what? You talked about Hawaii. What would be a question you would ask in Hawaii when you get to your hotel?
What floor am I on?
What floor am I on? I think that's a great question for Mallory. So we're going to give that question to Mallory. And then when you find out what floor you're on, what would you say when you found that out?
Thanks for letting me know.
Thanks for letting me know. I like that. I like that. Thanks for letting me know. What would you say after thanks for letting me know? That was really cool. Then what would you say?
A statement, not a question.
Statement, not a question.
Yeah. I'm so glad to finally be here.
I am so glad to finally be here. I think that's going to be Tim's statement because Tim is very happy. So I want to give that to Tim. It's in his wheelhouse, but I need to get Tim's question. So you're back home. It's not Hawaii. It's really unpleasant. You get to school. You're in school, correct? If I remember correctly.
For another 15 months, yeah.
Yes, that works. That works. So you're in school, you're in class, and one of the other students looks at you and asks you a question. What would that question be?
Where were you last week?
Where were you last week? That's a great question for Tim. So that's a great question for Tim. And we now need a statement from Mallory. So Sarah, if you could say anything to our friend Mallory right now, it's the last piece of advice you could ever say to Mallory, the last thing you could ever say because she's going away on this amazing vacation to Hawaii now. What would you say?
Make sure to use sunscreen.
Make sure to use sunscreen. I like that. Now, Sarah, we need to find out where they are. So I would like to know where they are that doesn't, you wouldn't need sunscreen. Give me a place that's like the opposite of sunscreen.
It's like a submarine.
All right, good. So you are all in a submarine and you're trying to navigate this submarine. So why don't we take it from there?
All right, guys, remember that we have to keep the periscope up so we can see where we're going.
What floor am I on?
You're on the one with the bridge. That's the top. Bridge is always on the top. If the periscope were on the bottom, it couldn't go up.
I'm so glad to finally be here.
I know you've been working so hard, Johnny, to get a raise, to get from the bow, the bilge where you've been working, to be able to come up to the bridge. And now all that work pays off.
I am so glad.
Oh, make sure to use sunscreen.
That's right. If we don't properly coat the periscope, it could get damaged when it's above the surface. These are very, very delicate instruments.
Where are you going?
Well, that's why we have to be looking with the periscope. We have to navigate properly if we're going to get where our mission is taking us, to that very, very distant land.
Where?
Listen, I know you've risen up, you're in the bridge now, but we can't tell you everything just yet. You haven't got clearance.
I am so glad to finally be here.
And keep working the way you have, and we'll tell you where we're going at some point.
What?
Where we're going.
Where are you going?
Listen, I've fallen for that one a few too many times, Johnny. You don't know how many people have been up through here before and gotten me to spill my guts.
I am so glad you are finally here.
Well, you know, I had to work very hard. We all had to work very hard, and now we're on the bridge, navigating.
Make sure to use sunscreen.
Okay, you want to put it on the bottom of the lens too? We'll do that. I'm always happy to keep my equipment running.
Where are you going?
Listen, everybody needs a break when we're on the bridge. Sometimes we need to, you know, go to the little sailor's room because, you know, just because we're cooped up doesn't mean we don't have all the same things that we need to do when we're outside. So, you know, we have to take little breaks.
What floor am I on?
Okay, I know it's a little bit sunken, but that helps everything get out of the sub when we flush.
I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah, better here than there. Sometimes the fucking
And
doesn't work.
scene. A little dicey there. I wasn't sure if they were going to make it home alive. Somebody be singing a sea shanty about that, but you know what? I think Audrey's got our next game for us.
I sure do, you guys. So in that game, we heard a lot of really good catchphrases, some really nice one-liners that really stick in your mind. But I think now we're going to workshop some even better catchphrases by playing Say It Again. And in this game, we're going to have a couple of our players, Jared and Jonathan, and possibly one of you. And they will be doing a scene in which they will be saying their dialogue. And whenever they say something that I think that line of dialogue could be a little bit better, I'm going to say it again. And they're going to have to say something completely different. Like
something completely different.
Exactly like that. So if you'd like to play this game, please leave your name down in the chat so I can call on you. And while you're in the chat, I'd like some suggestions. Let's see, I heard a lot about Girl Scout cookies. So what's an activity that you would do while you are in the Girl Scouts? You can leave that in the chat as well. I was a Girl Scout once, and all I really did was learn how to knit. That's it. All right, let's see. I don't see any volunteers in the chat, so I'm going to grab, let's see, I'm going to grab the next person in line, who is Tim, and we're going to play Say It Again. Ooh. Yes. Oh, I remember this as well. So in Girl Scouts, there's an activity where you have a plastic vase and you fill it with colored sand, and it makes it very beautiful. So you guys, colored sand is your inspiration. And please, don't be shy with saying things because I will ask you to say them all again.
I'm impressed by the amount of stuff in this shoe. We were at the beach.
No. We must catch the sand, and it's the perfect medium for our art.
I gotta say, the whole sand shoe idea is not the after work activity I was hoping for.
Say it again.
If there's one thing I've learned over the years, it's that a man with sand in his shoes is a man you can trust.
Say it again.
If our shoes were made of sand, then we wouldn't have to worry about sand being in our shoes because the sand would be our shoes.
And that makes total sense. Like, but these are made from felt. There's leather. There's all sorts of fabrics.
Ah, it's my eye.
Sorry.
Say it again.
Ah, it's up my nose. Did you get it all?
Hold up.
Oh, it's in my beard now. Oh,
sorry.
I hate to ask questions, but did you just ask us to look up your nose to see if you got all the sand out?
yes. Look up my nose. See if I got all sand.
Say it again.
Yes. Look in my ear. See if it traveled all the way through the alimentary canal.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. You got the pink and the orange in there.
I make green.
I honestly thought that putting sand in shoes was going to be the worst part of this, but this has gotten way worse.
Listen, we've been living in the same artist studio for at least 4 months.
Say it again.
Understand that is part of the creative process.
Say it again.
The last time we used colored sand, it was in bottles. But these
Say
shoes,
it again.
I just really like putting potato chips in the colored sand and eating it for breakfast.
That's terrible.
That is very gross.
19. Wow. I think we finally got the truth out of Tim that sandy potato chips is the best thing. And that's the joy of Say It Again. So I believe I'm going to pass it all the way back to Jared for our next game. It's Pass the Torch.
Who doesn't love a party? I sure know we do. And that's great because I just smoothly segued into our next game, Party Quirks. Whoa! So in this game, we're going to be kicking Audrey on out of here.
All right.
Yeah.
I deserve it.
Now, Audrey's going to be holding herself a little party, and we are going to be having guests to this party. Don't worry. Okay, she's gone. Now we can start talking smack. We're going to be having guests at this party. I mean, Tim and Mallory are going to be guests. So if there's anybody else who would like to be at this party, go ahead and let us know in the chat. Because in this party, each guest is going to have their own quirk. Hence the name Party Quirks. See, you get it. It all makes sense. So we're going to need a little help in getting quirks for Audrey together, by the way. So one thing Audrey just loves is books. So if we can just start throwing books in the chat, let's go ahead and get them all in there. Because if there's one thing I think we all have done a lot of, it's read books. I mean, as I'm watching the chat, it looks like that was a tougher question than I thought it was going to be. All right, there we go. There we go. Now we've got some books going on. Oh, I love Tollbooth. You know, another thing Audrey really, really likes is, I don't know, fried foods. So let's throw some of our favorite fried foods into the chat as well. Yeah, that one's getting quick answers, like immediately people had books. It was some thinking time, but fried foods, everybody was right on top of it.
Clam cakes, baby.
Yeah.
Clam cakes. Falafel.
And you know what? I haven't seen anybody as I scroll who wanted to come in and join. So why don't we pull Jonathan in to be the third guesser? So now we're going to look through these chats. All right. Mallory, did you ever read Phantom Tollbooth?
Nope.
Jonathan, you did? Okay.
And I own the movie on both DVD and VHS in the clamshell.
Right. I bet the audience didn't realize this was going to turn into a whole Phantom Tollbooth.
Young Butch Patrick after the Munsters.
But here it is. So my favorite character from Phantom Tollbooth is Talk the dog. So Jonathan, why don't you be Talk the dog? All right. We also have, you know what? Andrew was quick with the fried Oreo. And cookies was part of it. So, Tim, why don't you be an ice cream sundae with fried Oreo on top?
Ice cream sundae with fried Oreo on top? I feel like I'm living that dream right now.
I think you are. And Mallory, I've got a special one just for you.
Oh boy.
I've been thinking about this all night. A talkative mime. So a mime that cannot stop talking. I've been wanting.
Perfect. Yes, my time to shine.
All right. So let's go through through them again. Jonathan, you are
Talk the watchdog from the Phantom Tollbooth.
I love it. Tim.
Ice cream sundae with fried Oreos on top that are gluten-free.
Extra points. If you can get her to also guess it gluten-free, extra points for Audrey and you. And you know what? Extra points for the whole audience too. So we all have some investment in this. And Mallory, what are you?
Talking mime. I'm going to try and actually mime this. So good luck to those on Facebook and YouTube.
It's a talkative mime. Talkative mime. We've got to get, you know what? Let's pull Audrey back in here. And while Audrey is traveling back to our hallowed land, let's talk about how to let her know what's going on. If Audrey's getting close with this, we're going to do some snapping of the fingers right there. And you know what's great? If you don't know how to snap your fingers, if you can never make that sound, nobody will know because you're muted right now so you can pretend everybody thinks you are a snap machine. And if she gets it, when the angels start singing, you're going to clap. Clap like you've never clapped before. Your hands need to hurt at the end of this one. All right, I see that Audrey is here, and Audrey looks like she is ready to throw herself a party. So I will scoot on out and let the party begin.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so glad that all of you showed up to my tax day party. We're getting ready for tax day. All 3 of my best friends showed up. If only I could remember their names. Ooh. Well, you up there in the top corner.
Mhm.
You seem pretty excited about tax day.
Mhm.
You know what? I'm so excited that sometimes I'm pretty speechless too. So that's absolutely understandable.
Speechless. Well.
Hey,
well,
Audrey.
Oh yeah. Hello.
Audrey, do you have any corn oil?
Yes, absolutely. I have all types of oil here. I have canola oil, vegetable oil, baby oil, gasoline.
I'm gonna need just corn oil
All right.
and like a
corn
basket.
oil and a basket.
Yeah.
All right. I trust you with my possessions, so I am going to hand these to you right now with no questions asked.
Great.
While I think about what you might need them for.
Do you have a heat source?
Yes. A
Okay.
microwave, an oven. You could just start a fire in my living room.
Could I do the oven?
Oh, of course, you can
Just
use
the
the oven.
traditional way.
Yeah, of course,
Okay.
of course.
All right. I'll grab
Corn
that. Thank
oil.
you.
Corn oil is a necessity, especially when it's baked. That's what I always say.
Baking corn oil, that's good, but I usually put it on the pan and I put the fire on, then you throw the goodies in. Once it's heated. Oh, it's so good.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm even more excited about this tax day party than I was before. So
Oh.
It's a good thing you didn't wait till the last minute.
yeah, of course. That would be terrible. Yeah. Then
No.
we'd all be rushing. We wouldn't be able to have any fun.
No, you should plan it out better. Make better use.
Yep, I'm very utilitarian when it comes to planning parties. This is it's got a strict timekeeping.
It's what makes you tick.
Yep, I'm like a wristwatch. I'm always keeping the time. That's what they called me in high school.
Me too.
Really? No way.
Seriously? Like really?
We have
Oh,
more in
man,
common
this-
than I thought. Wow, this tax day party is great for getting to know my friends.
I know. I was all bummed out. I was like seriously in the doldrums until you said that.
Exactly. Sometimes something just rings a bell and you have to jump on that.
Well, when the bell rings, it's a bad thing to have happen. Gonna be honest with you.
That's right.
I'm a little worried about these 2 chuckleheads up here. Like, look at them. Just frivolous.
Sorry. Heat source. Part of me melted.
Oh no.
I apologize.
No. That's all right. She's gonna cheer us up so that we don't feel so bad about the fact that you melted your hand. I really
Heat source.
appreciate bringing the entertainment. But no, you shouldn't feel bad about being a cyborg who likes to cook.
It's more of my my Saturday gig, but this is the end of the weekend, so I prefer, something else that's a little bit.
Naturally, it's great to have a hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you don't want to just sit around and do nothing, idle hands, don't want to. Yeah, that's just, yeah.
That absolutely will not do. You got to make good use of your time.
They did what? Yeah. I like what you're thinking. I like what you're thinking. I like you better when you think outside the box.
I don't know if that's quite the right thing that you want to say to a mime.
Not just any mime.
Not just any mime. That's right, because you are my friend, and that makes you a very special mime.
Yeah. I try and do the whole silent thing, but somebody says a funny joke and I can't help but laugh, and then we go into conversation on the rules of 3 and comedy.
It's so true. There's nothing worse than a lapsed mime. But naturally that's not you. You are a very particular mime, who's very famous and well known throughout the world.
Well, you said it on me. But since you did mention my fame, I'd like to start by thanking all of the lovely people who believed in me. Starting with Audrey and ending with Audrey. I mean, Audrey is such a wonderful human being, has always been so supportive, and these tax day parties have been super helpful with filling out like all of my forms. Being, you know, a gig worker, we get like a whole bunch of forms. So like being inside this little box really helped me open the doors.
Oh, that's the nicest thing that anyone's ever said to me, especially about my tax day parties. But you know, some of my friends, they say that you're just a little bit too loud. Maybe you could quiet it down. You're just a loud mime.
I wouldn't say I can be quiet. It's I've heard this complaint before. Not really loud, but I just once I get like started on a subject, I can just start rambling. I can go on for hours and hours and hours and hours about like the smallest thing. Like yesterday, I went to take my dog out for a walk. You know my dog, Rocky. You know my little pet Rock. I also have the my invisible dog Fido. So I was taking them both out for a walk, and one of them went to go to the left, and one went to go to the right.
Here because you are clearly a mom who cannot stop talking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'll go back to just doing the mime thing.
No, we don't mean to hurt your feelings. It's just some of us have to catch up here, especially the ones who with their melted hands. I'm a little bit concerned about you.
I keep worrying about like when I'm like combining all these ingredients, it's like it's a recipe for disaster. But you know, I made some dessert and that corn oil there was perfect. I was really concerned that the cream inside and the cookie on the outside would be an issue, but it's not. So I get to cover my whole self in it.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know, deep frying things is a hobby of mine too.
Yeah.
You know, cannot be a deep fried Oreo. Nothing can beat that.
That's what I wanted to do because it feels like such a good topping. But to be honest, you know, like it's tough because if I come in contact with the heat source, I might melt. And my Saturday gig's going to be impacted heavily.
Yeah, that's really upsetting.
Yeah, which will make it more difficult than the day after, where I really have to do my job.
Yeah, when you're made of metal and all you want to do is fry stuff.
Oh, I wish I was metal, but you know the metal's really good when you're holding in all that dairy before you know you make all this excellence. You know.
Of course. Listen, if you need a new hand or anything, you know, I got some wood. That's the other thing that I use to make fires.
I'm not even worried about the hand, to be honest. I'm here to enjoy and be enjoyed, you know?
Yeah, no,
I'm back in the doldrums again. Really?
Yeah.
It's a little
I'm
dark.
sorry that is such a bummer.
I know it is. You know, recently I was at a party there was people talking about numbers, people talking about words.
Yeah.
And I thought that this would be better. You know, it's a tax day party. So you people from Nomopolis, you know, Methopolis would be all over it, but they're not. And, you know, I'm not getting any younger here. And, you know, seriously, look at my chest.
Right.
Big hands on the 7, little hands on the 7, apparently.
So you must know exactly, like, to the second when tax day is coming. Because, you know,
Look at my sternum.
Yep.
Look at me.
Yep.
Look at me. You're sending me back to the doldrums.
Oh no. You are my favorite stopwatch friend. You are the best, you know,
Really?
Friend who is a clock that I can think of.
That's all I am to you, is just a clock?
No,
After
you're so
everything
much
I've done?
more. You're so much more. Clearly, you're so much more.
You know, that kid Milo, I thought he was going to be the one to really send me over the edge, but you make me want to say humbug.
Oh, that's a bummer. But ugh. Well, seeing as it were, I was thinking, you know, yes. I don't want to objectify you, but you know, you don't quite have that hourglass figure. Not anymore. Not since the 90s.
That's rough. That's rough. Seriously? Hourglass figure? I'm a dog, lady, for crying out loud. Come on, just like I'm a dog, and I'm aware that I'm a dog, but you don't have to point that out. That's just.
Yeah, of course. Having a pet with a time-telling device embedded inside its chest, that's nothing to be ashamed of. I think that you're doing great for yourself.
Yeah, I think I see what you're trying to say, and
Yeah, well,
I
as
see what
one
you're
of
trying to
those-
say, but I feel like in Digitopolis and Dictionopolis, they were a little bit more understanding of me and the busy and important work that I do, and stopping these wasters from wasting things,
Yeah.
important things,
Yeah. The White Rabbit once told me that like he's late for a very important date, and I think
I know Jerry is like my
Yeah.
best friend. We talk about this all the time because he's late, and it's just,
and you are such a punctual dog. You are.
you understand what makes me tick.
Yes, of course. As a
Definitely,
dog
that's what
dog,
makes me tick.
Yeah.
I feel like something's missing though, because I can tick.
There's gotta be something. There's just something a little je ne sais quoi about you that's on the tip of my tongue.
Tick.
You know what? You are the talk dog in my book. The TikTok dog. That's what I call you.
You were almost there, but I don't like social media. I don't like social. This guy loves social media.
Yeah.
I'm
I
all
He's got his
over
own
the
Twitter
Instagram.
He's a performer.
All over.
This guy, yeah.
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 I've
yeah.
wasted enough time. Let's let him talk a little bit,
Yeah. So I'm trying to be cool at this party. So I'm gonna spend a lot of time in your freezer. I was wondering if I can stay here until at least before Monday. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, of course. My freezer's completely open if you ever need to take a rest.
Oh, that is awesome. Cause like I kind of got most of my hand back after it was cold enough.
Oh,
And like,
good.
it feels good because it's like being back in the dairy farm. And like it's great. It's like I feel like I'm back. I got, the toppings,
Yeah.
me.
All right. So, listen, I have a whole tray of ice cubes in my fridge. So
All right.
if you need to like, replace some fingers or something, you can just borrow those. Okay. No questions asked. Just go ahead. Cause
I'm more of like
I'm
a
always
milk kind
here
of guy.
for, if, there's ice cream there too. There's ice cream.
Really?
Yes, there is ice cream.
I'm missing a finger, so could I have that extra?
Of course. There's a whole carton down there.
Awesome.
It's,
And
it's
I'm a
chocolate
fancy,
chip.
I'm this fancy stuff. So like, between Saturday and Monday, I got a big job.
Right. Okay. So, you know what? As an ice cream sundae who makes deep fried Oreos, that's absolutely something that I can provide for you.
Thank you.
No charge.
Feels so much better. I appreciate
Yeah, I'm
that.
so glad. I'm so glad that we had this tax day party. I can't not wait to eat your Oreos later.
That got
Excellent.
dark. Yeah, that was.
Here you go. I'll put these over here for you because like sometimes mixing dairy, you don't want to mix all that stuff.
Right.
So
I
I hate to do this, but do you have any phantom tokens for the toll booth when I leave?
Yes.
I need phantom tokens. Phantom tokens for the toll booth when I leave. There's no easy pass there.
Right. You do need those phantom tokens to get past.
We'll drive through, in the little car.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Me and Milo.
Yep. You gotta get those tiny coins, those little tokens, those tiny little
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
know. They're hard to get because they're often contextual clues that aren't really who I am, but it's just kind of like there. But I understand where you're going with that. So, oh,
course.
look at that. Look at
Yeah.
look at my sternum. We are like,
Yeah. Oh
we're,
no. I feel so bad. I'm wasting so much time talking to you.
I know it's just ticking away,
Yeah.
ticking away.
Just you are so full of clocks.
Just a big one right here. Just a big
Just
one right here.
Oh, you know what? That's making me realize exactly how off schedule we are. We are not on schedule anymore.
I know. That's, it's okay.
Party's
And that's
running
probably
late.
because people have been wasting time. And one of the things I hate is when people waste time because, I mean, look at me. I am the kind of person who would watch out for people wasting time.
That's right.
I'd
That's
look
right.
out. I'd look out because I don't want to say what I accidentally just said as a dog, because that's just stereotyping.
Right. So, as a dog from the famous literary classic Phantom Tollbooth, who may or may not be called Talk Dog. I think
Thank
that,
you for recognizing me.
Of course.
Do you want an autograph or,
I'll pass.
a
but,
literary
would you
star?
Do my taxes for me?
How about you do mine for me?
Can you guys check out my Instagram?
Audrey, I think you got it. What are the quirks for this party?
That's a great question, Jared. All right, so right up here we got a sundae, an ice cream sundae who makes deep fried Oreos. We got a mom who just cannot stop talking, and we got a dog from the Phantom Tollbooth who may or may not be named Talk or Talk Dog.
He sure is named Talk, just like you said. Great job, Audrey. Woo-hoo. All right. Well, that was a lot of fun. Let's segue straight to Ian. Ian, funny segue.
Let's do that. Okay. Well, that was a pretty informal party. In a more formal party, you might want to have a nice table set well with a centerpiece. Oh, there's the segue. We're going to play centerpiece now. And because Jared made us go through all that, we're going to put him right in the center and put him on the spot. He's going to be in all 4 of the scenes that we're about to do in this next game because he is the center of our centerpiece. We're going to have 4 scenes going on. Each of these scenes will have 2 people plus Jared doing the scene. So that'll be 3 of us and maybe 1 of you. So if 1 of you would like to volunteer and be in 2 of our scenes with Jared, one of our cast members, go ahead and put yourself in the chat and we'll pull you in for that. And for this game, we will have Jonathan, Audrey, Tim, and of course, Jared in all the scenes. And Audrey's still recovering from her grueling party. All right. And I don't see anyone in the chat. So Mallory, that makes you the 4th part of this square around the center. So we'll still get your help with some things that these scenes are going to be about, folks. So if we could, let's have a favorite character from a book like Talk the Watchdog from Phantom Tollbooth that you were really missing and didn't get to see in that party. While you're putting a few of those in there, what is a type of performer that you would like to see talk less? Mime's never talk enough. What's you put in the chat, type of performer you would like to see talk less? And then also let's have, we also had ice cream sundae with deep fried Oreos. What is a type of food that you probably indulge in and feel like you should indulge less in? So we'll get a few of those up. And the way we'll set this up is the way I see it. So we're going to have scene 1 will be Tim and Audrey. Scene 2, and of course Jared, because he's in all of them. Scene 2 will be Audrey, Mallory, and Jared. Scene 3 will be Mallory, Jonathan, and Jared. And scene 4 will be Tim and Jared and Jonathan. So, okay, let's see what we've got here. So the get for the first scene one, will be Harry Potter, whatever Harry Potter inspires or makes you think of, for Tim, Jared, and Audrey. Scene two, your inspiration will be talk radio. Talk radio, whatever that makes you think of. And that's again, Audrey, Mallory, and Jared. And scene three, we will go with cupcakes. What do cupcakes make you think of? That'll be Mallory, Jonathan, and Jared. And scene four, quirks. We talked a lot about the party, didn't talk about the quirks. So quirks, whatever quirks make you think of. Jonathan, Tim,
Quirks
Jared.
or quarks?
Quirks.
Okay, all right.
If quirks makes you think of quirks, then go with that. But let's just recap to make sure that you all have them better than I do. So scene one, what are you guys talking about?
Harry
Harry
Potter.
Potter.
Okay, in scene two, what's your inspiration?
Talk radio.
Okay, scene three
Cupcake.
Cupcakes.
and scene four.
Works.
Quirks.
All right, let's begin at the top with scene one.
Yo, I'm tired of making these cauldrons with werewolves. Like, I know they're magical and all that stuff, but their fine-combed hair is getting all over the pots.
Oi, give me some of that werewolf hair. I can use it for my potion.
All right, hold on.
Right, you see how easy that was? No one need to complain non-stop like you have been.
Sorry, it's just we need to make these pure, and everyone knows werewolf hair gets everywhere, and I can't do this. I really can't. It's
yeah?
just tough.
Maybe you should just vanish yourself away from our wizard school.
Hold on. A positive attitude is what we need right here.
Scene two.
All right. You guys are like really awesome, and I get that the point of this show is to scream loudly into the void. But my eardrums and the sound system can't take it much longer. Can we maybe like lower the volume just a little bit?
I have a thought on this, if I could. Ah!
Ah! Don't do that! Headphones!
I'd like to offer a counterpoint to Jared's argument.
Ah! No! Ah, eardrums!
Scene three.
Ugh. I don't like the way that Terry kid's looking at us.
I don't either. This is way too excited.
Other side of the rope, buddy.
Right off him.
Stop licking the glass.
Get grubby little mitts. They're like covered in
Hey.
chocolate.
Come on. Oh, come on. Oh,
Ah!
oh, kid. No. Do you have a grown up?
I can taste the cupcake. I can taste the strawberry through the glass.
I'm chocolate. She's pistachio.
Dude.
We haven't had strawberry in a week.
Yeah.
Ew.
Old strawberry.
No.
I need sugar. I need sugar. I need sugar. Sugar. I am going to take the both of you. I'm looking at you. I'm going to shove you into my mouth.
Scene four.
Hi. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mhm.
we're all
Mhm.
back
Yep.
together, and we can enjoy the nice weather.
Yeah. We can totally enjoy the nice weather. We can do the things. We can go. We can do the things. We can look at. Is that a squirrel? I see a squirrel. We should totally look at the squirrel. Yeah.
Oh, look at that squirrel.
He's
Oh,
cute.
wow.
Look at him. He's really cute. Really cute. Yeah, look at that guy. He's like adorable. Like, Bob, see if you can pick him up.
All right.
Scene two.
Today we actually bring in a special guest on our podcast, which is called Screaming Into the Void with Audrey and Jared. Special guest, do you have anything that you would like to contribute to our discussion so far?
No, you guys have been screaming for hours. You're getting the headphones, you're getting the tech set. This is your problem now. You can listen to yourselves scream for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours.
In one.
Who put
Hey.
strawberry in this wolf hair?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I don't respect your ingredients and your potions. I think that you should just learn to do things my way.
There is-
You get all riled up reading all the narrative before the actual recipe that's on the website for these. You need to just go down to the recipe and not let yourself get all squirreled up.
There is a specific process to create these pots and these cauldrons. We need to separate the wolf hair and the strawberries before we can mix it in and create something that is viable for all of the classrooms.
You're not even British. I don't have to listen to you.
Scene
They
3.
brought me over because an
Scene 3.
assembly line is a very
Hey,
affordable
hey,
thing to do.
somebody get that gluten-free cookie out of my case. Get the gluten-free cookie out of my case. I already got to deal with this hairy kid trying to lick my glass.
Oh man, there's a cookie. There's a cookie in there with the cupcake. A cookie with the cupcake.
Yeah,
It
totally
looks
go.
like it tastes like cardboard. It might
Yeah,
taste
look at
like
the cookie.
cardboard. I don't know. It looks like it's missing a key flavor ingredient, but I still want it. I still want it.
Totally should go for the cookie, but
Yeah, you should go for the
Yeah.
cookie. We're
Yeah.
nah,
we're
sugar-free, the
stale.
two of us.
We are not moist. Our frosting is pretty much just Crisco. It's just go for the stale, tasteless cookie.
It's weird. I just had this feeling of what I should really go for and do with these things, and I know what it is. I should
Me
take the
too.
cupcakes and put them in my armpits. Oh wow, and just kind of squish them around in there
Scene
first.
2.
Here at NPR, we have some developing reports about a certain. We have a lot of people who are very concerned about screaming cookies and screaming cupcakes. Do we have anything that we would like to add to this discussion?
Well, I've got a direct quote from one of these cupcakes. Let's see if I can read it off.
Oh, interesting.
Ah!
And scene. There you have it. It was the center of a lot of chaos. And we have more chaos to come. And I'll just pass it over to Mallory for that.
Yes, pass it over to the leader of chaos. Why? Because I said so. Segue into the next game. We are going to play Because I Said So. Now, in this game, I have the mind of a child. I promise I'm an adult. They're all looking at me. They don't believe me. But I will be a child, and I will have two parents that will be the cast, and possibly some of you if you'd like to join us. And I will be asking them questions. And if they take too long to answer, give me a question that's too convoluted for my tiny little human brain, or they say the infamous parent words, because I said so, I will tell them goodbye, I will fire them, and I will bring in a new set of parents. It looks like we have some people that would like to play. I see the Silva family would like to play. It's Sean Jr. I also see Corey wants to play, and I do see Maureen wants to play. So if we can get them, I think we should kick this off with Tim and Ian. But before we do that, in the chat feature, let me know some of those burning questions you had. If you are a little one, questions you have now, or if you're an adult or an older human, what questions you always wanted answered as a child.
Oh, I didn't ask that. Ooh, I'm.
These are some good questions.
All right, Tim, where's my other parent? I'm lost. I only have one
Sorry.
parent. All right, Tim, why do I need to eat veggies?
Veggies have like nice nutrients and they help the bugs in your stomach digest food and make it happy.
Ooh, Ian, why?
Because happy bugs make for a happy person.
Why, Tim?
Because when those bugs come in contact with good veggies, they create neurotransmitters like serotonin for your brain.
I'm like 4. What's serotonin? Bye, Tim. All right, Sean Jr., hello. All right, I'm gonna start with Ian. Why is the sun a star, Ian?
Because like all of our children, we only have stars.
Ooh, why?
We only have stars because the universe made them.
Ooh, why?
Because your parents are universal.
Ooh, why?
Because the astronomers and astrophysicists apparently exist.
Ooh, Ian, what's an astrophysicist?
It's a physicist who has a dog named Astro.
I don't understand that. Bye, Ian.
Bye.
All right, Jared. Where's my other parent?
There we go.
Right. Jared,
Yes, dear child,
why do I need to wear these silly boots?
because they will protect your silly feet.
Ooh, why?
They'll protect your silly feet because you wear socks with them and they feel
Ooh.
comfortable.
Ooh, why do I need to wear socks?
Because they will keep your silly boots from becoming smelly boots.
Ooh, why?
Because if you have smelly boots, then everyone's going to be walking away from you.
Why?
Because nobody likes the combination smell of Doritos and toes.
Why?
Because Doritos and potato chips are delicious. Combine them. It's like your mind is blown.
Hey, I'm a very tiny human. I have a very tiny brain, but I think Doritos and potato chips are very much the same thing. So thank you, Sean Jr. You've been a very helpful parent, but it is time for you to take a break. Corey.
Nope.
Other parent. Right. Why can't I watch TV all day, Jared?
Because it will rot your brain.
Why?
So you can learn about your ABCs when you grow up.
Why do I need to learn my ZYXs, Jared?
Because a lot of things you'll be looking for in life are in alphabetical order. And if you don't know the alphabet, you won't know where it is.
Why, Corey?
Because the alphabet is what part of what you learn when you go to kindergarten.
Why do I gotta go to kindergarten?
Because that is the first step in your educational journey.
I don't need an educational journey. I'm
You
gonna
do,
be an
you
improv.
need one.
Jared, you're yelling at me. Go away. Stop
No.
yelling at your child.
Mm.
Jonathan. Taller human.
Yes,
All right.
dear.
Hello.
Hello.
Why do I need to do homework?
Because you need to be much, much smarter.
Why?
Well, because you want to be prepared for upcoming school tests so you can get really good grades.
Why do I need really good grades?
Because the better your grades, the better your career, and the better your career, the better home you can put me in eventually.
Why should I put you guys in a home? Don't we already have one?
You have a home right at school.
I don't want to live at school. I'm sorry, Corey. Bye. Maureen. Maureen.
Yes. Yeah, I'm here, hon.
All right. Why do I need to clean the pool?
Because it's my chore. Because it's
Why?
your chore to do.
Because she doesn't want to do her chore. She wants you to do her chore for her.
Why?
Because it's a messy, messy job.
Why?
Because we have a child who swims in the pool and kids are filthy little critters.
Excuse me, I'm a little critter. Go away,
You should
Jonathan.
know better.
Bye. All right. Audrey. Audrey. Hello, Audrey. Why does Jonathan think that all tiny humans are gross little critters?
Because he has firsthand experience in the
Oh.
wild.
Ooh, why?
Because he loves to play in the mud.
Why?
Because when you play in the mud, it keeps you cool.
Why?
Because it has special minerals and ingredients in it to keep you cool.
Ooh, why?
Because mud is made out of when you grind up dreams.
Why?
Because dreams let you have everything that you want in life.
Where can I get a dream?
You can buy one at Kmart.
Why?
Because they're on sale there.
Why are they on sale?
Because they're last year's dreams.
I don't think we can beat that. And scene. I'm calling it there. That's beautiful. Parents are the best. All right. So I am going to pass this off. Bye. Okay, Tim.
Yeah, sorry. It's too enthusiastic for this next part, which I wanted to ask everyone. This is a pay what you wish part. We really appreciate you being here. We really appreciate the opportunity to be here, and with your support helps us. And our tickets are pay what you wish. That means if you think this show is worth $10 a ticket, you can pay us $10 a ticket. If you think it's worth $20, we would totally take that $20. If you think it's worth $50, we would take that. If you think it's worth 200 million, we can also gratefully accept that as well. And that is amazing. But if you only have a couple bucks in your pocket, we would thank you for being just able to pay. Just thanking you for being able to pay for what you can. And the big thing is here, we want you to laugh and have some fun. And that's the biggest part that we have. It will all average out in the end. So bring your own ticket price. The link is going to be in the chat, and we appreciate any consideration. In the meantime, I'm going to go back to our next game, which I just got to check right here. Meanwhile, which is always a little bit of fun. And meanwhile, we're going to have a scene with a couple of people, and we might follow that scene when someone else says meanwhile in another place, and that scene follows there, and there's going to be some more characters there. And it's a great game because you'll be able to just join in on the fun and have a little story making too. I have space for one volunteer. Would someone like to join us? In the chat, maybe? Look at the numbers go up. I think that it's just going to be all cash right now. So let's start. In the chat, tell me your a good thing that happened today. Share with us what a good thing that happened today, or what you were grateful for, or something like that. And that'll be our inspiration. I would love to see, were you able to take a moment and say, oh man, this snack was really good, or let's start off with, virtual gathering for International Day of Happiness. That sounds like it's tomorrow. Oh, it is tomorrow. So it's Virtual Day of International Happiness. Let's start off with that. So who would like to be I'm going to put Jonathan and Audrey in, and let's start off with your inspiration as the Virtual Day of International Happiness.
Fortunately, I find my hard drive has not downloaded the happiness module yet. Do you have access to that module?
I do not have access to that module. I do have the Yay module, but not the International Happiness module. I need to get an upgrade from the Yay module.
The local happiness module will install presently. Yee-haw! That did not sound quite correct to me.
I think there may be a glitch. I find myself wanting to woot woot.
Indeed.
I'm not very comfortable.
Meanwhile, at the happiness module factory, all the shipping's just messed up. None of these computers are going to get their modules.
But that's okay. We can still do it. I know we can. It might take a little bit of time, but we can still do it.
All right. Maybe if we engineer ourselves, we can stick the modules in ourselves and go out happily and deliver them to everyone.
Really? That's, gee willikers, that's going to be scrumdiddlyumptious. Yeah. Let me help with that.
Yeah, you can tinker with me right back here.
Perfect. Let me get that little part. How does that feel?
Oh, happier and happier.
Yay!
Oh,
We
I'm
can
so
be a
happy
team.
now. I feel like I'm from another place. Oh yes, I am so very happy now. Happiness is running through me all over the place.
It's accessing all of your eggs.
Meanwhile, over in the office where the computer programmers who make these things are working, I kind of feel like maybe we should have made him happy in the first place and not gone with annoyingly, crushingly depressing.
Yeah, that might have helped with the marketing side of it, but it was just easier to not install Pure Joy.
Are you talking about me behind my back again?
Oh my God, I feel worse already just this one being here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I do know my presence is not wanted here.
no, it's okay. It's okay. We're working on these happiness modules. We'll get you better, I promise.
Could you go ahead and upload the happiness module, that one that with the German accent that we heard in the factory? Because when I think of happiness, I think of Germany.
Yeah, me too. Right there, buddy. All right, hang on. Here's the new module. Let's just plug that in.
Catastrophic failure. This is not what you asked for. This is terrible. No.
You put the depressing Russian module in there that was clearly not the German module. That was definitely.
Meanwhile, where the spy had sabotaged the modules, I have taken over their factory. They will never get happy again.
Oh, he's good. He's good. We will make them all miserable and virtual people. They will be virtually unhappy.
For days and days and days.
For weeks and weeks and weeks, maybe even a month.
This is the best plan ever.
All we need to do is we need to install the gloom doldrum switch.
Meanwhile, at the anti-spy agency, hey, you think that they'd ever suspect a moose like me going in there and thwarting their spy ring?
Never. You did a great job.
Fortunately, they are extremely stereotypical Russian spies, so they should be very, very easy for us to point out.
I know. Look at their hats. They're so stereotypical.
Moose and squirrel, moose and squirrel. Why is always moose and squirrel?
Oh, he found us.
And scene. All right, I'm going to hand this off to our next game, and it is being run by Audrey.
Yes, that is right. I have game now. Unfortunately, this is the last game of the evening. You're gonna love it because it's a delightfully complicated one. Yes, this is alpha cuts, which is shortcuts combined with alphabet. So we'll have two players at a time doing a scene back and forth, and they will be every line of dialogue has to start with the next letter of the alphabet. So, are you going to Russia? Starts with A. Be there if you can starts with B, etc. So my players, let's start with, let's see, Mallory and Ian. Can you please join us? And you know what? There's something that I haven't seen enough of, and it's talking about sharing space with animals from the board. So sharing space with animals is something that's on my mind. And if you could please start the scene with the letter M. M for mammal.
Many animals in the space makes it so much cozier and warmer.
Nice and comfy and cozy. They're so sweet too.
Otters especially, super soft, super sweet.
Ponies, even the porcupines, if you pet the quills the right way.
Quills are something you should really not pet. I would think you'd have learned that by now.
sometimes they're soft if they're relaxed before they get all nervous.
Tell me something that starts with a different letter, maybe.
Unbelievable. You're always going off about quills and this animal's dangerous and don't pet that one.
Very scared of things that are very different, very strange, very foreign.
Well, I mean, just look at this cute little frog. I mean, yeah, sure, he's bright blue and my hand is starting to feel a little numb. But it's
Xenophobia
fine.
can even extend to animals, you know.
So now that Mallory's talking about frogs, I want to know what the frogs think about sharing their space with humans. So can I have Jared and Jonathan? Please start with the letter R because it's feeling extremely neglected, apparently.
Really? Really? They're gonna do that to us?
Seems like they're gonna do it to us.
Tootin' and hollering, man. I don't want them to be doing that to us. That is bad, ugly news.
Ugly news. We shouldn't let them do it.
Very much so. I think maybe what we want to do is give them some whoops.
Why would we do that? That's not nice.
Xenophobia is most definitely the reason that they're doing this. They have a distinct hatred towards amphibians.
You could say that again. Xenophobia is something, and something.
Zoos. They would hate zoos because there's animals there and they hate them. Reference my previous comment referring to xenophobia towards frogs.
The amphibian xenophobia you were talking about, amphibian xenophobia is a bad thing.
Boy, and how? That's the worst amphibian feeling anybody can feel for anybody else.
All right, these two
Can
frogs
you
are kind of in
believe-
they're kind of in an echo chamber now. So we're gonna take it back to the zoo that they're talking about. Let's see, Tim and Mallory, they are the brand new animals who have just been brought into the zoo, and let's see what they learn about friendship and valuing each other. And their letters, they're just learning to talk, of course. And they just learned how to say the letter X.
The xylophone noises made by those other animals was really interesting, being my first time here.
Yeah, it's kind of taking some getting used to. I mean, some of them know how to play them, but most of them are just smashing them against a rock.
Sounds. That's what it should be called because it's so zany and they don't make normal sounds.
Absolutely. Just, zany, fun guys. I can't wait to meet them.
But it has been nice meeting people, and I do appreciate meeting you. It's pretty cool.
Can you believe it's only been like a week since we got here and we've gotten to see so many cool people?
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
scene. Wow, thank you so much I learned so much about xylophone playing animals today. I hope they start a band, frankly. And now I'm going to pass it back to Timothy.
I want to thank everyone for coming out today. I want to remind everyone that was our last game, and we would thank you for being here. We'll also remind you that we are available for online shows, birthday parties, or company events. Even if you want us to show up on a random day, we're ready to do that. We would love for you also, the way we get more of those shows and like those opportunities, tell your friends about us. Let them know how many chuckles were produced today in that brain noggin of yours. And because word of mouth is probably the best way to advertise. And, I'll be like, oh my God, I've listened to these people talking and it's like, oh, it's hilarious. And like, ha, ha, ha. That's great. What you can also do too is like and subscribe either our YouTube, our Facebook, or whatever new social media that we're kind of being cool with. But right now, YouTube and Facebook are pretty awesome. And, please share if you can. Also, want to remind you and thank you for being being able to pay what you wish. And lastly, I want to thank our volunteers because you were awesome today. You totally brought all the class talent and you made us look good. I want to thank the fam, Sarah. I love the answers you had. And I want to thank the cast because we had an amazing time. I want to thank, hold on, let me get to this. I want to thank Mallory.
I could be a talkative mime, but I can also kind of regular mime.
I want to thank Ian.
Remember, kids, sunscreen on all of your optical devices keeps those eyes safe.
Jared, thank you.
I'd like to say,
Jonathan, thank you.
Thank you. We hope you enjoyed yourself.
And Audrey, thank you some more. And Daniel, too. Thanks everyone for being here. You were awesome audience.
And
see. Remember, wave at the camera. All right, everyone say bye. Don't forget our 9 o'clock family, not so friendly show. Okay.